Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making some spicy bookmarks. I purchased these on Amazon a little while ago. If I can find the link, I will put it in the description below. But I thought I would make a couple of bookmarks. I've got a few friends of mine who really enjoy this type of reading, so I wanted and needed some new bookmarks. So here I am, sitting down to create these. Now I did get this washi tape, which I am obsessed with. It's like a clear, actually it's not, it's a pet tape. So it is a clear pet tape. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use some of these flowers on here as well. I wanted to use up, this is kind of like a purpley, this is kind of like a purpley blue kind of construction paper or like cardstock. As you can see, it was in the sun, so I don't know how, but it got, some of them are a little bit worse than others. But I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a couple. I'll probably be able to get quite a few out of one piece here. So I think the first thing I'm gonna do is cut off all these weird edges. So I've got my little paper cutter here, and I'm just gonna slightly cut this just to get it all one color. It's not really a huge deal, but because I am gonna cover it with some, like with stickers anyways, but it just, to me, some of it's kind of off colored. It looks kind of strange. So I'm just gonna cut these off now. If I had my time back, you guys, I would have definitely purchased the large paper cutter, because this one, it's fine, but if my paper is not small, it won't allow me to do it. So it's got to be just the right size. So we're actually going to see if I can get this cut. No, see, it still leaves a little bit of a mark, so I'm gonna have to try to get it on the same angle there. There we go. Yeah, that's my only regret. I wanted this because obviously it's the good for my classic planner, but I noticed afterwards that sometimes it takes a minute to get the right sizing, but that's fine. We'll do our best here and we'll just go with it. It's not hard, but it's just, it can be kind of annoying to have to do that. Okay, let me try and see if I can get, there we go. I cut a little weird. Okay, so now we've got a good starting point here. So I'm gonna kind of see here how many inches I want these to be, and maybe I'll cut them after. So let's put this to the side. Let's start with this blank piece of paper here. You guys are, I feel like you guys are crooked. Let's move you in just slightly here so we can do that. Okay, so first things first, I think I want to start with some of these. Now this pet tape, the last time I tried to use it, gave me a run for my money because it was so hard to get this open. And I think I just ended up kind of almost like using my thumb and trying to pry it apart. Now, that being said, once I get this started here, I'm not gonna want to let it let it go, because then I will be in this situation where I'm going to spend 10 minutes trying to get this open. So bear with me here. Okay, that took far too long, but here we are. So I'm not sure what I want to do here. I'm not sure if I want to do like a full length across, and then that way when it cuts, it'll be uneven, because I really do like that kind of outline. So why don't I start? Yeah, why don't I do that? Let's just, the only thing I hate about this is you're technically supposed to cut them out, but I think what I might do is I might actually leave them full, because then if I do it properly, I can have them like this. Let's just see. And then it'll kind of hold it down for me and keep it all in one place on top of that. So let's just see if I can get all the bubbles out. We'll go straight across and we'll kind of take them. There we go. Cute. Okay, that's good. So let's just take this off. I'm going to use my scissors because I'm going to stay. And I don't really mind if I lose a little bit of the tape like that. That's totally fine. I'm going to continue on here. And I guess I'm just going to play this like this is the background to it. I'm going to try to not overlap. I'm going to try and get that to stick as close to it as possible. You know what, that's okay. Just trying to get all the wrinkles out. It's okay. It's gonna slightly overlap, but once I run it through the laminator, it should be completely fine. Whoops. So again, like I said, I'm just using this as the background. And I think we'll probably do this on both sides just because realistically, your bookmark, you should do this on both sides. Oh, actually, I'm gonna have to go from the top because this is probably gonna be, oh no, this is probably gonna be too wide. Okay, so let's go from here. I'll try to put it as close as I can. Girl's on the struggle bus with this right now. There we go. Okay. Okay. So here is the first one. I'm literally just going to stick this because I don't want to lose the opening because that's what happened before. Okay, so we've got our first kind of layer on here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just dump these out. You will see what I'm talking about. Some of these are, oh my God. But most of them are pretty cool. So like this one says probably reading smut. So I'm just going to see if and what I want to use for this. So like, I also actually, before I do that, I'm going to want to measure and see how thick I want these. I'm almost thinking because when I cut them and laminate them, they actually get a little bit thicker. So let me find my ruler. Okay, so I've got my ruler here. I just want to see. So I have about 10.5 inches to work with. And I'm thinking, let me see here, 10.5. If we do divided by 4, if I make each one like 2.5, let's go with that because that seems about right. We'll just go just over 2.5 and we can get 4 out of that. So I'm gonna try and see if I can make these lines without throwing myself off here. This ruler is also, I can't even see anything. So let's do right here. Okay. And just keep on measuring. There we go. And then again, 2 and like 6. It's okay if they're a little bit different in size, but I think that that is probably good. I'm gonna try and make lines here that are like in the purple so I can actually see them here. This one I already lost my line. I don't know where it is. So I'll have to go back here. Put that one on the 1, 2.5. So kind of right there. Okay, so now I can kind of see how big I want them and where I want to put these. So here I got like one here. Gonna have to be kind of smaller actually. This one, I'm gonna put like all the Pretty Girls Read Smut there. And then let's see what else we've got. There are so many stickers that I got from this little shop. But I don't know. This one I like. I'm just thinking like, if I do like Book Lover, or maybe I just leave this and put this like in the center. Yeah, let's do that. Try not to struggle with this, but okay, so if I do, this is here. Just trying to make sure that this goes like in the middle, or should I put it here? Here? There it is down now. That's so cute. This one says Proud Smut Reader. Yeah, I got so many of these. I was only expecting to get like a little, like a few of them, but this became, yeah, it was good. Let's put this one right here. How cute is that? I'm just thinking like, I love reading smut. That's so funny. Like it's all about smut reading. So I want to use this. I'm going to kind of go through and see. I don't really think I want to use those. I love this, but I don't know if it'll go. This says here for the smut. I wonder if I could get away with that. You know what? I think I'm gonna stop for a second because I want to cut these and make sure that they're in the right spot before I make them, because I'm kind of OCD. So let's rip that off. We're gonna go in and we're gonna cut all of this out because we're gonna need to do the back side of it. So let me just go through, trim this stuff off. Okay, and it's okay if it's not perfect because we're gonna laminate these afterwards anyways, but I think getting this cut off is gonna help me with kind of visualizing what it looks like in the end. Cute. Do this back side here. I always see, like, you can buy, obviously you can buy bookmarks, you guys. They're everywhere and anywhere, but there's just something about something homemade that I really enjoy. It's just, yeah, I just love being able to kind of create my own. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna flip this over and I'm gonna do the exact same thing that I just did on the other side. So let me pull that up. And again, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna start at the bottom so it's closer to me so that I don't lose the spot here. And we're gonna just pop it down. Try to not have any bubbles. Oh, that one worked perfectly. Cute. Okay, I'm gonna try and leave a little bit here so I can stick that down and then it stays in one place. And then let's go to the next one here. Okay. And again, pop that down. Oh, that's a big bubble. We don't want that. There we go. And again, if there's any bubbles, just take them out as we go along. Cute. I'm not losing too much. Like I'm not, if I was leaving a huge gap, I would be kind of sad because this, I don't have much of this left, but they are gorgeous stickers. So I don't want to lose much of it, but I mean, you could take your time and you could go through and make sure that you don't lose any by doing it side to side, or cutting them all out, whatever makes you feel better. But I'm okay with losing just a little bit of that, because, all right. And to make it easier for me in the future, I am going to just put a little rip in this one. And I'm gonna leave a little bit of excess there so that I can just peel it. That was the hardest part of trying to do this. You saw me struggle. Now I'm gonna roll this tape up because it fell on the floor during that, but I still have quite a bit left actually. I've used this already a couple of times. I got this at the Toronto Stationery Show when we went. That was back in like February of this year. But yeah, I think in my last video I said last year, but it hasn't been that long yet. But yeah, I've used quite a bit of it. I didn't think I was gonna use it as much as I did, but I'm glad. Okay, so now that we've got that all set up, okay, I'm gonna cut the excess of this off. So I think I might actually just, for this one here, because it's not a lot, I'm just folding this over because it's just a little tiny lip, and I think that'll be fine there. That one's good. So now I'm just gonna take off the sides again, trying to get as close to the edge as I can without getting the paper. There we go. Put that to the side, and then same thing here. No, I was thinking maybe I would just cover it, but let's just snip it off. All right, here we go. Okay, so I think I like this better because now I have control, and I'm gonna cut it. Like, I mean, I have control over how big they are. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna use my slicer and I'm gonna slice them just so we can see actually how big they are and how much room we have on either side, all that jazz. So I can see the line in here. So I'm just gonna pull this over until I'm kind of, whoops, move that over, and I'm gonna be right on this line here. Those are a cute size. I think that'll be great. I'm gonna go just slightly over a little bit more with this one. There we go. So they're fairly even. I'm not too worried. And then the very last one, we're gonna cut right here. Adorable. Okay, so now we've got, oh, what is this? I'll cut this a little bit off here. It looks like we're overhanging a little bit. There we go. All right, so now I can actually see, and before I do that, I'm gonna start my laminator so that we've got it and we're ready to go. Okay, so now we've got 4 to work with. So I think I'm gonna concentrate on like one at a time so I can, you know, let's go through some of these. I've got this here. I'm wondering if I want to like, I'm gonna bring them out here so we can see. I'm wondering what I wanna kind of do. Do I want to, oh, that's cute. I like that. Okay, let's use this. Maybe I'm gonna keep this one like a black and white, or like variations of black and white. This can go right here. Adorable. That is cute as hell. The only thing I wish is they had like little hearts or something. Like I could always go in and look at my sticker books, but I don't really want to go through and try and find different things. So I think maybe that's, this says I'd rather be reading smut. Maybe I can put that up there. That's cute. So this is, these ones are easier to get off than I thought. Some stickers are like insanely hard to get off This one wasn't bad. Put that there. So that says I'd rather be reading smut. That's freaking cute. Okay. And then I wonder if there's any other little ones that I can put in here. I've also got like these circles. This I'm going to use for the back. It says all pretty girls like. Okay. Is there any other little one that I could maybe use for the bottom here? I wanted something kind of like this, but I wanted it to be black and white, so I might not get it. And if I don't, that's fine. Oh, what's this one? Reading smut in public, like, don't want that one. I think that's all we've got. I don't see anything else like black and white that I like. Do I want to go in and try and find some like black hearts or something? Okay, maybe I will. Just give me a sec here. Okay, I didn't find black ones, but I found some like little silver ones that I think will just be fine. Whoops. In here. I don't know if they'll, yeah, I think they should stand out enough. I was hoping for little black ones, but this will work. Still shiny enough, still cute enough. So there we go. And now I'm gonna flip it over and let's kind of do the same thing here. So we're going to put all the pretty girls read smut on here. And this can go there, and then I love reading, and then in brackets it says smut. You can't see that very well, but okay. And I think this is all I'm going to put on the back of this one, or this can be the front. It really depends on what you're looking at, but I think that's good for that one. I was really hoping that I could. Can I maybe move this down a little bit? What if we try and move this down a little bit? Yeah. Again, it's okay if like the sticky part doesn't fully stick because we're going to laminate them. So as long as I can move this down a little bit. Ah, there we go. That kind of breaks it up a little bit, makes it look like it's supposed to be there. That's so cute. Okay, so there's number one. I think I'm gonna hold on for a second here and use this one. And this one I want to use like, I wanted to use some like color. So we could do like coffee and smut. It's got a little skull hand there. Love that one. So maybe, yeah, that's cute. So it says coffee and smut. Came for the romance, stayed for the smut. That's hilarious. Let's use this. Okay. Cute. Okay, and then let's go to the back here and let's see what we can use for here. Do we want to put, this says smut slut, that's funny. Let's put that on there. Oh, look at that. I just found this one. Could have used that. Shoot. That's what I mean. Like it came with so many of them that I don't even remember what's here most of the time. I'm going to put this kind of slightly on an angle. And then let's see if we've got any other. Can I use? No. I want to keep it kind of the same. That's cute. That's all. They have little chili spices. I should be showing you guys each of these. This one says Shameless Smut Reader. That's funny. Okay, so let's take that and we're gonna put this down here. Adorable. There's number 2. This one here, I'm gonna keep it very pink. So let's see. I like this, but is it too much? Well, no, this is giving like 70s vibes. So let's do that. Let's do that. Is this one gonna be hard for me to get off here? There we go. That's cute. Is there any other little, I'm gonna use this on the back because it's kind of like that 70s vibe. Should I just, let me see. Oh. I kind of like that for the back of it, but we'll see what it looks like. I don't really see anything small that I could use for there. I guess I could use this one, but do we want to just leave it like that? Or do I want to add something else to it? Kind of wanted to use these. There's a whole bunch of like little lips, but well, that's kind of cute actually. Let's use that. Again, let's move these down a little. You hear that little weird electricity feeling thing. That's just my laminator is starting up. Just slightly moving this one down. If I didn't have this tape underneath it, I think that would have made it really hard to move things. But because that pet tape is underneath, I think it's doing really well. And then we'll put this one up here, yeah. Let's see here. Come on. Come on, there we go. Swear these stickers. Oh, I almost put that upside down. Okay, so there is that one. And then I think I'm going to put this one in the middle. And then I see there's like a stack of books over here, so maybe I can put this up here or like right here. And then I see this one here. I think I might use this. This is just like a stack of books, and I think that's really cute. Put that here. Cute. All right, that's good. And then do I want to put that? Yeah. Put this one at the top. I'm using a lot of them up. This is great. I thought I was gonna have so many, but I mean, it's making 4 bookmarks for me, which is really great. Okay, there we go. And then last but not least, let's see what we want to do with this one. Let me see here. Kind of want to get like one bigger one that I can kind of base it off of, but I don't know. I don't really like the red on these. Let's see here. I'm gonna need both sides. So do we start like that and like that? Or do we do like peaches? I don't know. Do we do this and then this? I don't know that I love these. This color scheme. There's a lot of like red ones, but this one says book lover. We could do like book lover. Call me a good girl and take me to the bookstore. That's freaking hilarious. Freaking hilarious. I don't know, maybe, yeah, maybe we do want this. Okay, so let's start with our smut sticker. This is just the one word. If I can get this off, here we go. Okay, so let's start with this smut sticker up at the top here. And then we're gonna put the bookstore one next. Adorable. We're gonna put this like here. And then this says, call me a good girl and take me to the bookstore. Which, that's pretty funny, because we all know it's true. Okay, and then actually, didn't I have... No, that's okay, we'll leave that. And then since we're doing like a pink-ish, let's do this one. I know it has some red in it, but it'll be fine. So like, let's put that Hot Girls Read smut here. And then let's do like maybe this one down here instead. And then, I don't know, should we? No. Do we just keep 2 on there? Maybe we'll just keep 2 on here for this one. Because I have this one too, but it's kind of the same thing. So maybe that just gets those and we're done. I kind of feel like I need something down here, but no. I kind of liked this book. I maybe should have put it here somewhere. No, you know what? I'm overthinking too much. So there we go. All right, so let's take a look here. This one we just did has smut up here and then our little book. And then on the opposite side, just 2. And we've got this one. This one actually might be my favorite one. Yeah, I think this one's my favorite one. I do like this one as well. It's kind of cute. And then our first one here. So adorable. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is take these and I'm going to put them into my laminator. So give me a few minutes and I'll be back. All right, you guys, we have got them all sealed up now. So this is what we are working with. They turned out so cute. So the last thing we have to do is just trim them up a little bit. I think I'm gonna start by slicing them individually so that we have a little bit of wiggle room. Let's do them from the bottom here so I can see. The important thing when you are using a laminator is to make sure you kind of get right in between the lines. Otherwise, you'll have an opening on one side. So it's really important to, you probably can't see it, but there's a little thin line in between each that shows you where it's kind of sealed. So I can do that. Okay, there we go. There's 2. And then our very last one here. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to trim them up just a little bit as well. So I'll just put that down, make sure you don't hit the seal. I don't know where that piece just went. Oh, right here. Okay, same thing down here. Perfect. Okay, so we've got that all set. That looks good. I think I'm gonna leave the top and bottom there. So let's do the same for this side. So it's pretty much just the top and bottom pieces that I need to get. Okay. And I mean, you can add in anything that you want. If you want to add in string, if you want to add in a tie, like whatever it is. I may go back. I don't know if I have any colored string, but you could always just pop that